Welcome back. We are here with 1426. And in the last one, we had our last baby who unfortunately did not survive. So there's that. And then everyone left for war who was going to leave for war. So I think that's it that happened last year. We started nectar making, so there's that. This year we will have Anika Dutton marry Alexandra. So since Alexandra rolled not to marry and not have children, she's going to be a lesbian. I'm not sending her to the church. So she is going to marry a woman, and they're, marry, even though that wasn't really a thing back then, but you know what I mean. So they're going to be happy ever after together. And then Ella Payne is going to marry Gilbert Armstrong. So she will be his fourth wife, if you can believe it. He has not had much luck in the wife department. I think, yeah, so he married, Annabelle was his first wife. And then I'm pretty sure that Eleanor was his second wife. She's over here. Yeah. Eleanor was his second wife. Unfortunately, both Eleanor and her daughter are now dead. And then his third wife was Oriana, who also died. So now we're going to have him marry Ella, which, honestly, if Ella's father was alive, where's the Payne family? If Ella's father was alive, this wouldn't be the case. Here she is. So here's Ella. Both of her parents are dead, and so she's there. All of these kids are being taken care of by relatives. So of course and Frost the second only just became a teenager, so he doesn't really have a good position to get his sisters good matches and all that stuff. So she is going to be marrying an older man, although Gilbert is living forever. If you scroll down here, Gilbert is not going to die until 1437. How old is this guy gonna get? Oh gosh. Okay, so anyway, we have some birthdays. Oldegard was born last time. She is, who are you? Zelda's daughter, I think. Yeah, Zelda's daughter. So Zelda and her husband are done having babies because he only had one try. But so I'm keeping track of who had things left when I removed them from there. And then our Thomas and our Adelaide, really nervous about that, but we will go ahead and see right now. So no 18 or 20 for Oldegard. Survived. Thomas, no 4, 8, or 12. You can do this, Thomas. I really need you to survive. You have to. Okay. Oh my god, I was so nervous. What would we do if we just lost everybody in this family? Okay, Jaquette and Frida can't get a 9 or a 19. 9 or 19. Okay. Bard Axtell and Bartholomew Payne. So that will be no 7s for either of them. 1 and 2. Will they marry? Bard will marry and have 10 children. Bartholomew. Bartholomew won't marry. Oh gosh. I was going to marry you off to someone. I had plans for you, Bartholomew. Gosh. Okay. So Bard. Oops, sorry. I was putting the singles down here. Bard Axtell. Okay, so what am I doing? Bard Axtell. So he is kind of poor. All of these ladies are rich. Every single one of them except for Honora, who is related to Bard. So you're going to have to wait for something to open up, Bard. Bard Axtell. Although he could marry he could marry Adelaide. No, I'm kidding. That's not going to happen. Okay, Adelaide. Speaking of, Adelaide and Zwan, no 2, 6, 11, 13, 14. I can't even look. I don't even want to know. That was really close. Whew, okay. Wait, 11 is in there, right? Yeah. Oh, Zwan just died. That's Serena's husband. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe that. I had a plan for them. Right? I had a plan for them where he was going to be a total jerk and wanted her to stay home and have babies and not be a knight anymore, and then they were going to divorce. But I guess I don't have to worry about that now. Anyway, Zwan's father, Zwan, is also dying, and so is Wybert. Okay, Alex, are you surviving? You got to get a 10 or higher. And how many years after that? Only 1. Okay, so 11 years for her. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alex. Okay. Vampire rolls. We have 2 vampires. They can't get a 9. 1, 2. We have 2 humans. No 18s for them. Okay. That is it. Can't believe all this is happening to me. You know, I keep coming up with storylines that then I cannot fulfill because the Sims keep dying. Anyway, let's hop into the game. Okay, I hope you liked seeing that family tree because that might be the last you see of it. As many of you probably already know, the Plum Tree app is shutting down. So for some reason, I didn't play the actual game part of this right away, and then saw that was shutting down, and then spent many hours transferring my family tree to Family Echo, which does have a lot of information. It's free. You can put as many pictures as you want, but it is not as readable. So you'll have to watch me struggle through using that a bit, but hopefully I get used to it and it works out well. Or if maybe there's a better alternative, I'll switch to that, but I'm just trying it out for now, so you'll have to watch me struggle. I'll talk more about that in the intro for the next part, but I just wanted to say that because you might notice if we flip back and forth that you will see that is a different family tree. So that is why I'm bringing it up. Also, it is Thomas II's birthday. I am so glad he has survived thus far. I am concerned that we only have 2 children, but we've been in more dire straits than this regarding the children. So hopefully we'll be okay, knock on wood. But if we're not, we'll have to go to, I guess, one of Cecilia's kids, because Serena has not had any children. She had the one and it did not survive. So there's that. Anyway, we are going to have his birthday. Again, we have Adelaide here who is doing her very best to, get a winery business going, get the nectar making business going so that she can support the family. We are running quickly out of money, so it is really an issue. Thomas has blonde hair like his dad. But yes, it's becoming an issue that we're running out of money. Our bills are like 4,000 simoleons, so that is something we need to concern ourselves with, and we are doing our best to get this wine business going. I was hoping that the bottles from the first year that we did this would be finally aged by now, but I guess not, so that is kind of unfortunate, but hopefully maybe next year they'll be aged enough that we have them finally aged so that we can sell them for a higher price. We can sell them for a higher price now. They're only moderately aged, but we should try and get our biggest bang for our buck in that. So that is what we're going for, and that is what we're going to try to do. So yeah, we have 2 toddlers, and it's really been very helpful to have Rose here so that she can help the family with the children and be able to, support her daughter in this way. So that is really cool that we can do that. I'm really glad that we decided to have them have her move in with us. So that really worked out for the best, even though I was really concerned we weren't going to have enough space in our household. And you know what? Everyone died. Oh my gosh, my life. Yes, so we are doing our very, very best. And we are just going to see how it goes from here. Hopefully all the kids live. I really, really want them to. I want to see where it goes here. But we're just going to have to try and keep them alive. Hope that the dice are kind to us, which they're not usually. But, it's really interesting. Don't you see that, every other generation, we have this problem? So, the first generation, we only had Agnes. But then Agnes had a ton of kids. And then we had Milo. Milo had Nicole before his wife died. He only had 1, but since we remarried him, he was able to get a bunch of kids. And then Nicole had only 3 daughters. And then Millicent had only Cecilia. And then, I mean, sorry, not Millicent. Cecilia had only Emmeline. And then Emmeline had a bunch of kids. So, like, we alternated from Emmeline being the only child to then her having, like, 5 kids that all survived. And then we went to now, like, that child, Thomas, only has 2 kids. I don't know how this keeps happening to us. We're just waffling on it, really. Anyway, I did write down all of the things you need to make every single type of nectar. I keep forgetting that it's nectar. I'm probably going to say wine a lot, but anyway. So we need apples, grapes, strawberries, potatoes, prairie grass, trash plant, herbs, berries, fruits, spinach, death flowers, and lemons. Of course, I'm dumb and I didn't read that correctly the first time, so I got rid of our lemon tree because I thought I didn't need it, but we really actually do need it. So anyway, we're going to go to the market soonish so that we can make sure to try and get some of those plants. And then also, if we want to have a death flower, we'll need orchids and pomegranates. So I am going to see if we can't get those as well. So, you know how it goes. We're just doing the best we can, and I think that we're going to be really successful. I hope that we're going to be really successful because, she deserves it. She's working so hard. It's really nice that she has her mom there to take care of the kids, but, like, she is working so hard to make sure that her family survives. And honestly, this is like, I know we sort of talked about this already, but this is kind of her mother's worst fear come true, right? Because her mom was like, you need to marry a man to take care of you and your family and blah, blah, blah. And now, there is no man. She's having to take care of the family. This is exactly the opposite of what her mother wanted for her. So that is definitely a point of contention. As you know, in the last one, her mom kind of made some hints about maybe her getting remarried or something, but she's just like, I can't even think about that right now. So my game also is a little slow today for some reason. I haven't played it in a few days. I had, a little health problem that I am overcoming, but I haven't played the game in like a week, maybe more than that. Probably edging up on 2 weeks. Yeah, probably like 2 weeks I haven't been able to play the game. So, it was a little slow today. Don't know what that's for. And I saw that notice that the EA app is coming to Mac, which I have Mac if you haven't noticed, but that is so annoying because everybody who doesn't have a Mac, like everybody who's on Windows, I've seen complaining that the EA app never works. So I'm just like, oh, great. You're going to make me go to the app that doesn't work. I've been so happy that I didn't have Windows because I didn't have to deal with that. And, it was short-lived. Oh well. Anyway, we are just cleaning up this house. I'm trying to get a trash plant going is the long-winded way that I was saying that, is that I wanted a trash plant. So, because that was in the list of things you need to make certain nectars. So because of that, because of that is why I'm saving the trash. Also, I'm so sick of her complaining that she's illegitimate. Like, you're not illegitimate. Your parents were married. I don't want to hear your complaints. So I'm trying to get rid of that buff for her, and we are working on getting the new bottles. I mean, honestly, she is being kind of absent for the kids' younger years. We'll see exactly what happens next year when, actually next year is Rose has a birthday. So we'll see if we even get to keep Rose to help take care of the children, because that'll make everything even harder for her, because she doesn't have the help. We'll have to see. Maybe she will remarry. Maybe she won't. Maybe she'll hire help if she can make enough money to. That would be pretty good. We'll have to see whether or not Rose survives. I wonder when is okay, Genevieve's birthday is not until 14/29, so that's still going to be a while. I mean, honestly, once they're potty trained, they can mostly take care of themselves, except for the food situation. So we'll have to deal with that. But anyway, so we are going to have Adelaide go to the market today. And the reason that I want her to go to the market is because I want her to, one, go to the garden stalls so that we can see if they have the things we need in order to make all of our types of nectar, but also, you know, we're going to have her kind of come here and try the nectar that's here and like maybe, you know, scope out the competition, scope out her business model, scope out the supply versus demand. And look who showed up. I didn't even make him show up, but I want to take advantage of it. And of course he leaves, so then I have to bring him back. But anyway, so Gilbert is around. But yes, so she is doing some you know, business research here. So that is what she's doing here. And then we're going to go to the garden stalls and get the other things. And then we are going to have her talk to Gilbert a bit. And I think Gilbert knows that, you know, Gilbert has kept tabs on his children, even though he's been kind of absent ever since that big fight he had with Cecilia. So, I think that him, you know, having grandchildren here is just something that he's keeping an eye on. So I'm just going to quickly go through these two stalls so that we can see what the deal is. We actually were able to find everything that we wanted, which was really nice. I am very happy about that. I was kind of worried that we wouldn't, and I was going to have to come back. But also I was thinking, I wonder if you can sell, I know you can sell nectar to the grocery store in Chestnut Ridge, and I know that you can sell it to that guy in Chestnut Ridge, whose name I don't remember, but I wonder if you can sell nectar to these grocery stalls, because we can't go to Chestnut Ridge right now, but I would like to be able to sell her nectar in a way that's not just through the inventory. It would be kind of nice if we were able to sell it like through the stalls, or maybe we'll get like a market table stall thing from Build By, so that she can actually sell the nectar, and we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe she'll even be able to like open her own store. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, so we have her talking to Gilbert, and he's basically just asking her how she is, because he knows that Thomas passed, which he's very sad about. But how is she? How are the children? Does she need anything? And she's like, no, thank you. Like, you know, we're fine. I think that Thomas has told her a lot of stuff about his relationship with his father, and Thomas was very fiercely protective of Cecilia. I mean, it's really the other way around, but he's still like, he was so close to Cecilia that this kind of rejection from their father to Cecilia was an affront to him as well. Him and Serena both agree. And so I think that Adelaide doesn't have a very good impression of Gilbert. So when he comes like around asking, she just kind of, you know, is polite, is well-mannered, but doesn't really push it. So that's what happened while she was out today. And looks like Emelina stopped by. Oh, after Alexandra leaves today, she'll be the last kid standing for all of these children, whether or not they get married. So there's that. Oh, Emelina. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with her. I'm pretty excited. So we are just having her tend the garden, plant the new things that we got. It's also rebate day. I am going to fix the garden a bit, kind of change it around a little bit to kind of suit our needs a little bit better. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to move some things around here and hopefully, you know, be able to deal with that. So also, if you remember, Zuan 2 died, which was a shock, really. It was a shock to me because honestly, and I think I told you, I can't remember if I told you this, so if I'm repeating myself, you're just going to have to bear with me. But I was going to have them get divorced. I was going to have them get divorced, and that was going to be a thing. I was going to have him kind of insist that Serena stay home and have babies and not be a knight and go to war with him, and or like stay home with their baby, and then their baby died, and then also he died. So I guess we don't have to do that, but I am planning Serena's next love story. So be excited for that, because I am. Of course, it's not going to be able to happen until she comes home from war, so we'll have to wait for that. But when it does, it will. So looks like Gilbert is stopping by again, but Adelaide is in her little workshop, so she doesn't see that he's here. Rose, on the other hand, does see that he's here. So Rose has come, and Rose is kind of like, oh, come in. Like, oh, are you here to see the children? Blah, blah, blah. And so that's why she's here. And so he is going to come up and say hello to the children. He's their grandpa, so he does want to see them and see how that goes. So he's going to come upstairs and do that right now. Very exciting. The kids meeting their grandfather. So there they are. Okay. And so Rose is just going to have a conversation with Gilbert. I know that everybody's running around everywhere, but she's going to have this conversation with him where she basically says, oh, how, like, you came to see the kids, that we're really struggling, like, blah, blah, blah. Adelaide could really use the help. She's trying to get her own business off the ground. Maybe you could help her, blah, blah, blah. And so Rose is definitely, because Rose really thinks that they need a man. Like, that's what she thinks. And so she is like, fine, if you won't remarry, I'll find you, a father figure in order to help. So that is what's going on here. And Adelaide is not going to be happy about that. So Adelaide is going to come and argue with her mother. So they're going to argue, and basically what is going on is she is going to say, honestly, I need some light because I can't see in this house. Is it just me? The Sims is so dark. But anyway, Adelaide is going to say to Rose, look, I don't need you meddling in my life. I'm the head of this household now. Like, I'm the lady of this house. You're not. And Rose is like, I'm just looking out for you, and I'm your mother, so you have to respect me, and blah, blah, blah. And so they're arguing because they both are they're both trying to do what they think is best for this family. And Adelaide's like, Thomas would never want Gilbert to be here and be, we don't need his help. We don't need that. And Rose is just like, you do need that, and we're running out of money. We just paid $4,000 of bills right now. We're under $20,000. Your business isn't making any money. She's just very like, look, you need this. And Adelaide's like, no, I don't. So they're just arguing about it. And honestly, like, it's tough. It's tough because they both think they're right. And they're both a little bit right. I mean, if you were Rose and you were like, oh, wow, she started this business. She's been doing this business for years now, and it hasn't gotten off the ground. And so, like, it's not... They're both right and they're both wrong. Obviously, Rose has some outdated views on, women. But is that a surprise to anyone? Especially given the time period. So that's the deal. And now, okay. So now we're going to go like this and check on the wine. Again, it's still not ready, but it is May Day, so we're going to have Rose really quickly get the May Day stuff out of the way, but then she's actually going to start cooking a grand meal because she's like, okay, well, I feel guilty that I argued with my daughter, and I really just want what's best for her and all of this stuff. So, she is going to kind of do it as a way of saying sorry without saying sorry, a way of extending an olive branch, So she's going to make them a nice May Day meal. Adelaide is way too tense in order to even do anything, which is kind of annoying because it's based on a lifestyle. Her close-knit lifestyle is in danger, and it's like, okay, I don't care. So she is going to do that. And we are going to keep doing our nectar making. The kids are fine. I decided to cheat their needs after all of this, so I have problems. It's fine. And then we are going to, after we have the grand meal, so we're going to do that first. We need to get the kids around too. I want to have them all involved here. So let's have them all come here to do this. It'll be really nice. And I think Adelaide doesn't want to argue with her mother either. So she is going to just take the branch for what it is and all of that. So that's what they're going to do. I'm also realizing I don't know how to use this family tree at all. But anyway, so anyway, we are going to have this. And then next, Rose is actually going to bake Adelaide a cake. So she's going to bake her a cake because she wants to, because obviously her birthday is coming up, right? Her birthday is about to happen. And then also she is starting a fire. She's starting a fire. Great. You know, she tries to do something nice, and what happens? She lights the kitchen on fire. Okay, so we're going to put this, can you stop picking up the toddlers and instead extinguish the fire? Oh my gosh. Okay. So she tries to do something nice and she lights the kitchen on fire. Everything's fine. So we are going to try that again. And then Adelaide's birthday again is Wednesday. So we'll do that in the middle of the night because I just want to like get the Wednesday chores done. And then after that, we will head out to have our weddings and do everything, except then I kind of get stuck because I don't know how to use the new family tree and I don't know what I'm doing. So there's that. I'm a disaster. It's fine. Okay, so Adelaide's birthday. Here we go. It's not going to happen for a few more hours, but I'm going to do my best. So I think, you know what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to save pictures a little differently because I don't think I can download pictures from the family. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Rose's birthday is next year, so we'll see what happens there. And she is doing great. And then we have Adelaide just doing her thing. She's very sad, again, about being illegitimate, which you're not, so you need to stop that. But I can't stop her. So we're going to take a bath, and then we're going to go blow out the birthday candles, and then she's going to be fine. She's going to be a young adult. Finally, she is going to be doing that. And then we're going to head into our other stuff. So luckily, our trash plant has officially grown, and we're going to be able to do everything that we want to there. Also, so as you know, I might cut out some of me fiddling with the tree and not figuring out what I'm doing, but Anika and Alexandra are going to be together. We haven't had any gay sims in a while here, so I am excited to do that. I really wish that was more of an option for the time period, but it's not really. So since Alexandra ruled not to get married, we're just going to have her leave to Tartosa. I just banished everyone to Tartosa. She's going to leave to Tartosa with Anika, and they're going to be together, and it's going to be great and super sweet, and I love them together, and I think they're going to have a good life. So they're going to just go travel and be happy. And then we have Gilbert the Elder. I know I said I would remarry him, so Gilbert the Elder is going to marry Ella Payne, who actually only just came of age. She's 18, which honestly, at this point, Gilbert, you're a little old to be doing this. But I don't like to remarry people to other people who also need to be remarried. Like, I want it to be fresh because I'm not trying to make the world any bigger than it is. So since Ella didn't have anyone to marry, she is going to marry Gilbert the Elder. And she looks very young next to him. It's kind of a problem, but you know how it goes back then. I think it's hard too because both of Ella's parents are deceased. So because of that, they were kind of taken care of by the Devereaux family. And you know, it's just kind of an issue that the Devereaux are in Tartosa. They have kind of left these kids to fend for themselves a little bit. Her older brother is just doing the best he can. And it's a good match. Like, it's a good match for their families. It's a good match Ella will definitely be taken care of. So it's just kind of one of those things that goes on, an arranged marriage of sorts. Unfortunately, our Nectar didn't become finally aged yet, so that's too bad. But anyway, we are going to keep it going. We're going to make our first trash plant nectar, which I think is so funny. So we're going to do that. And then also, I'm going to do the birthdays, and then the two Zwans and Wybert are both going to die off screen So they're going to be headed to church. I actually think Zwan 2 is the only one who's in the new church. So I forgot about that. But anyway, so moving along. I hope that you guys enjoyed this part, and I am really excited. I like exploring the dynamic between Adelaide and her mother and the society that they live in and how we're going to, solve these problems. So I'm really hoping that her business takes off. If it doesn't, we might have to think about finding someone to be with. It's going to be hard though because, well, Adelaide's father was a respected knight. It's not like she can marry rich. She's also a mother of two. She's been married before. Her prospects won't be as good as they were before she married, and they wouldn't be as good as, if she had more money. So anyway, you can see the new family tree. I'm struggling to figure out how to add a sim to it. I'm a disaster. It's fine. So there we are, and we're just going to give little Thomas a yellow makeover and hope that everybody survives. I mean, Thomas will probably be dead by the time the famine or plague or whatever it is rolls around for this century, but that is going to kill half of our Sims, so I think I shouldn't be too worried about the population. You can see that I'm struggling to figure out how to put a picture in the new family tree, or how to crop a picture in the new family tree. I just really wish Plumtree app was not going to be shut down. I really, really, really wish it wasn't, but what can you do? Anyway, I am going to do my best to figure this out, and I will catch you guys in the next one.